Hello there everybody and welcome back to episode 5 of my gameplay series for the Middle Ages Naba faction in Dominion 6. Well, there's going to be quite some action today. We have conquered quite a big plot of land. We're directly neighboring to the LYEH faction, which I don't really like. I do consider tossing them off the continent today, and we're going to expand further towards the Empire of Man. I have figured for me today that I want to expand towards the Listless Lands and see what'll develop here. So far, none of both sides have pulled the trigger yet. We're just building up our fortresses here. In Elidor, we're building a palisade, and I'm just doing my best to just fortify myself up. We're going to build up something here in Ramesia too, and let's see where that'll bring us. My other plan on the side is to kick out the LYEH people from these two provinces, and after that's been done, get back to Mudwood, as then this place is wonderfully encircled by my own provinces, and it should be quite easy to keep it safe. Ah, that's the one throne that I've been looking for the other day. It's the number 6. I've been looking for it all over the place. Well, so this is basically the last uncontested throne. That's the word that I've been looking for. Besides this one, but this is kind of like contested. I mean, maybe there is some kind of baddie back there in the midst. I don't know yet. Either way, I have also thought a little bit about the things that are up ahead of me. I think we are almost done with owl quills here. Let's see. We have one of these. So I did some digging into the research. So evocation up until level 6 would be pretty interesting, as we gain access to some really nice fire magic spells, namely Flame Eruption, should be pretty decent, but Smokeless Flame is what looks really good, as it is a national spell. But I am going to go after this all is through down to the level 5 of Conjuration. Let's see, I'm not quite sure if I'll be breaching through to level 6 after that, or if we're going to take any other of the magic schools somewhere else. I've been looking through levels 5 and 6 of Enchantment, and with Enchantment comes Flaming Arrows, which is, yeah, that's really cool. Farflight Arrows, also very cool. That's one that I'm going to miss a bit. But we don't need Farflight Arrows that badly, because our archers already have an innate range of 50. I mean, we could crank that up to 75, but we don't need that so much. And here in Enchantment, Wind Guide is basically the only thing that I'm really after, as here the Heat spell, well, maybe it would be good, but Fire 4, don't have that so much. So my plan was to go for something like that for now, because when we go down in Alteration, deeper than level 4, because level 4 we're currently researching, because I want to have Combustion and Mist form. Down here, well, Incinerate is really good. That would be really good. Arrow Ward and Storm as well. But beyond that, on level 6, the available spells for my faction, well, the glamour spells down there, they are pretty nice. But if we compare that to Conjuration, where we get Contact Jinn and Summon Jinn Warriors, and if we go down to level 6, we even gain troops that will help us against fire-resistant people, I feel like we're getting way more bang for our buck here. So far, the plans. The recruitment in Naba of the Malika will just continue as we had started out, but our other cities can now finally crank out more and more goodies. I think I'm going to slap out more Carib commanders for now, until these are fully fortified up. Because currently, well, the amount of commander points is just not kicking it, you know, where we would be recruiting once a year in 4 turns. That's not really that good. I'm not really happy with that, so we're going to go differently here. So one of my troops goes this way, one of the other troop stack goes that way, And let's see. Put up some people on defense here. The new commanders for the newly conquered areas here. And Abdul, you're going to build a temple here. And yeah, there goes most of my money already. But let's see. In these cities here, we should start recruiting some backbone for our future conquests as far as we can. Jeez, that's a lot of good stuff here. But I mean, probably we should aim for these guys here for now. Well, no. I think we can afford to go for elite fighters. There we go. Alright, so my man Kazib and Nadab, they can go back to Ramesia, as I don't really see any big reason to stay here in the Throne Province for now. Okay, let's see what'll transpire here. I'm sending down scouts on my enemies because I really need to know how far the Empire of Man stretches. We have no clue. It's really one of the biggest problems. So we found another enchanted pyre. Wonderful news. That means we got more fire gem income. So Faran was just a regular battle against Indies. Nothing special going on there. And in the Timeless Waste, we're... that was just some province defense, but let's check out in detail how that went, because this is, you know, more spicy combat. So, here goes. Personal Mist form. Hail of arrows goes down on these guys, and look at the melt there. Group Blur. Stuff Raja. Air Shield. So yeah, there's really some darn heavy fire here. The Amazons are just going down. We put down the Scorching Wind now, but yeah, we're just overrunning them. So that went down as good as it could. Alright, we found a stash of gems. Giant Palisades and Elidor have been completed. Wonderful news, wonderful news. That is the border province to the Empire of Man, and this is the one spot in my entire area here that made me worried most, because just putting down a giant fortress right after that. Because you see, this is just where we might be facing a breach one day. I'll be putting up some Adite archers here, because I don't feel as if we have any form of urgency here behind that. What I do want to do, though, is I want to cut back my spendings here a wee bit, as I want to recruit small commander frames in the new provinces. It just pays off to have the ability to do so. Just something that I've learned over the course of the time. So, Rabia's army is fairly small, so we're going to go over Kenan. Yeah. And Abdul has completed the recruitment here. We really need to cut back on our expenses here, but well. Okay, we got spies now, just as I wanted to. And yeah, this is a pretty prickly situation. So as it stands right now, Man has captured these two provinces. I think as soon as the war breaks out, we're totally gonna be taking these away from them. But tell you what, we're going to pick up Silvermark, because I feel as if we can afford to pick it up. A huge thing that should not be has been seen towering over the army. Well, let's see. I'm not that convinced about Scorching Winds right now. So she ain't got one of those fire bottles, does she? Nah, too bad. We could have summoned fire elementals there. I think a fire cloud sounds really, really nicely. Ghost wolves. Oh, look at that. With her glamour skills, she can do quite a lot of things. Gift of Splendor, that would inspire awe, but I don't think this is so useful against our enemies. Now, let's try out the Fire Clouds. I really want to see what these things do. Ephemeral Blast. I really don't know how good that actually is. Falls damage and all. Would be really nice if somebody could fill me in with the blanks. I mean, it is all new, after all. I'm well aware of that. Oh, alteration will go down the research next turn. We have quite a fat troop stack here in Naba. And I think it is time to unleash them. So, let's see. Zuhair gets this pledge, and we're just going to stack him up like that. So that's 58 new troops. And let's see, the Owl Coil Forging, I think we can stop it for the time being. Or, nah, one more for main leader. So, Zuhair, no, not that many. That would be a little bit over-exaggerated. But I think he's going to take a, he's going to take one of them girls here with him. Or even two. Well, she got even a splice into Astral. Jeez, these are so versatile. So let's pick it up like that. Alright. So, well, I think I'm going to pick up the orders from Raja. Control 1. And we just copy pasta that. By pressing 1. Such a useful thing. I really can't imagine my life without anymore. So Zuhair could use one of these fire bottles too for himself. Darned, I should have built more of these. Yeah, well, here you see I'm a rookie. That's where it really shows, you know. That's where you just notice my rookiness. But that's okay. I mean, I'm doing this also to just inspire more people to pick this game up and have fun with it, because I feel like this game has such a established community. There's nothing wrong with that, but established communities tend to have an insight into the game that is way beyond what a newbie would do. And I'm luckily past that gap where I was looking at these things. Oh, let's spam magma bolts. Where I was looking at these things, I was like, am I supposed to understand what you guys are talking? So I'm really, I think I do understand most of the Dominion 6 talk, but it still took me quite a while. Anyways, so we're going to bring these guys down here. Obviously, they have their idea how they're going to do it, and our Lady Shakala, we're going to move her over here. So we're currently moving more and more troop stacks into the direction of our enemies. Let's end that turn. Just to have just something to work with. I have no clue how ferocious the normal AI actually is, but we'll see about that. So, one of my commanders has been murdered by a star child. Get away from me, you! Or, wait a sec, he's still alive. So, he didn't die, obviously. I love these new assassination maps. So, dude's cast and body ethereal. What do we have here? It's just a small time caster. Blunt resistant. Ethereal body is quite a mess to deal with, but cheated fate, so he's buffing himself up. Alright, so far so good. I mean, that dude is at least geared up accordingly. He's just swinging his sword. Doesn't look too good for him. So let's skip up to the next actions by pressing N like next. So fatigue is racking up. And yeah, my commander got the killing blow. Alright, Nuzair was discovered and attacked and... Nah, okay. Rip, Nuzair. At least you were able to give me some information about our enemy. So, yeah, Castellans. That's just a regular bit of things here. That dog, though, that ain't regular. So, let's see. It's a sacred dog with hell of a bite, decent defense, pretty over average attack. Yeah, nothing too unusual. Lots of Avalon Wardens. These guys are really brutal. I don't know about their blessing, though. So let's just check out the fight. You know, let's watch how our scout has died. There we go. So, yeah. There's no spell casting going on their side, so whatever blesses they got, we are not seeing anything about that. Anyways, Pallor fought back these guys. We destroyed the province guards in Quattle Swamp, so let's check out that battle. We lost quite a lot of our dudes here. So, slave troops go down in the arrow fire like ice and sunshine. I really gotta bring up some way of buffing up my dudes in a way that they are more precise. Precision needs to get buffed. Alright, so these little dudes, I think they aren't the problem. I think these globs of poop here are the issue. Greater otherness. Yeah. Regenerates, tramples, resilient against any form of damage, decent protection, and a stupidly high HP pool, so the regeneration kicks in especially hard, because one must know, regeneration scales off of your total amount of HP. So the more HP you got, the more regeneration per turn you have. So I assume that these things were the source of my losses, eh? Gosh. Alright. Yeah, these die relatively slow. That's pretty annoying. But at least I didn't lose any of my relatively valuable sacred units. And I mean, all in all, it was just these things here going ham. I mean, 9 of the kills went to the greater othernesses. Jeez, what a word. Greater othernesses. So the Lobo Gods brought down one of ours, but, well, it's okay, I'd say. We can deal with that. So, here we have a regular, good old stompy stomp on the indies. Yeah, nothing special. It's just noticeable that this troop stack here is relying a little bit too much on their backline, and the attrition on the light infantry is going way too high. But on the other hand, it allows me to just expand it in that direction still, so I'm okay with that. Well, Pallor, you are one hero. You survived against the Elith. Whoa, he lost an arm, dude. That I didn't foresee. Alright, so a huge thing that should not be is towering over the army, so that means there's more grossness where that came from. All in all, though, it also is fairly noticeable that we have quite a hard time ahead of us with the enemies there. So I'm letting Rabia sit here, and I think what I want to do is I want to spend a bit of money until I have a bit of defense here in Faran and Kenan. And we're just sitting it out. I'm provoking the hell out of this AI. I'm well aware of that. But you see, as long as we get away with it, there's no reason to stop what I'm doing. So we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to search for sites. And Canaan is a very important province. Together with Livenmark, it's providing access to the listless land. So we basically shut off the access of man to more than one of that throne, kind of. I think the Villaveras province might be still a problem, but these guys grew fairly large. They have a pretty large empire here at hand. I'm fairly concerned about them. Anyways, So, Glintmark or Man Pallor surely showed that there's quite something to be worried about. I'm just no, I'm just wondering right now, where will we go to with the next fort? Where will we fortify ourselves next? So Silvermark seems like a good spot to me, but I think this might be also a very, very contested spot. I think I'm going to stick with Remesia here, yeah. This is still contested ground, but I think we're going to have quite a profit with that. All right, so this province here is pretty cut off of its main forces. We just don't have too much defense going on here, but this looks as if there's really not much going on into that direction. So I'll take the risk of losing Quattle Swamp, and I'm moving into Dawnland. I really hope that we're gonna get ourselves a nice bit of the cake here. All right. So, back in the mainlands, we're pretty much spent on money. We totally could and should bring some extra fighters into Zuhair's thing here. And let's just say we're going to go for a very simple setup here. There goes. We're going to improve on that later. Formations. Now, let's do that now. Let's not derp on the formation. We might get attacked on the way. So we're going to use the Jun Guards again here as a bit of a flank. I mean, I'm well aware of the fact that there's way more that I could do, but I also feel like, how to put it, it's also not wise to do stuff just for the sake of doing stuff. There should be always a thought behind your formation idea and whatnot. All right, so research and conjuration is completed. That is really good news. We found the Temple of the Raging God Heir. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That is good news. The Grey Mountains just became a lot more interesting with that. So, first things first, I need to invest some money into the safety of this place. And you, dude, your task is blown off. I want this place palisaded up, as this here, what we can recruit, is so good. We got a Pyromancer frame, which is just a tier 1 fire mage. The Fire Lord, which is an excellent frame for gearing him up and sending him into battle. I mean, 2 fire magic allows him to do a very simple elemental summon, and if we pump it up to Fire 3, he can even summon a fully blown fire elemental. Damn it, that is really good news. And the High Priest is also so far interesting, as they are tier 2 priests, and that means they got better priesty spells. Alright, so Grey Mountains was a full success. We found here a bronze pillar. What's that? Just a bit of fire stuff. Alright. And we conquered it. Brilliant. We destroyed an enemy temple. Even better. So let's watch that fight, though. So, let's see. What are they bringing to the table here? Yeah. There's one thing that should not be. So that thing is really vicious. Oh boy, that's 5 attacks. And 4 of them are life drain. I would assume that life drain means that this is also meaning that it directly heals the damage it soaks in. Quite annoying stuff. So you routed their measly cavalry, but I mean, seriously, what were they thinking? What is that? Meteorite Guard. Alright. That's the kick-ass infantry from their side. These guys are really good. I mean, seriously. Lots of damage. Pretty decent prot. The thing that should not be is trying to get in our backline. I really should split up my flanks, huh? Here, that's what I've been talking about, you know. So it ate one of my dudes. My archers are hopefully taking care of that now. So yeah, these archers are quite hard hitters, but that was quite a good example what can go wrong if a flank goes in unchecked. But on the other hand, my flank is sitting in their illicit backline as well, so I would say we pretty much went down and countered each other on that end, but I had just the stronger flank. Alright, but I think that is just good enough for our case. But I gotta say, this was a bit scary. The front line of the elite soldiers here is thinning out more and more, so we might be needing here a bit of a backup as well. But on the other hand, I mean, we have now pushed these guys out of my turf. There's only Damen. This is the last province that they could take from us. I'm broke for this turn, so we're gonna take it slowly from here. And yeah, Rabia, you're just going to chill for a turn here. Alright, Shakala, we're going to send her over to Kenan, as she definitely can and should be the reinforcements here. So, speaking about reinforcements, as there is still no war declared between us and the other dudes, we're just going to move on over and keep conquering stuff in the Feral Woods. So here, these girls are here way before their time, but it's okay, eh? So lots of my army is moving on in. East is encircling these guys too. Alright, we got Conjuration 4 online. That means we can now summon Jinn. Beautiful. I got a pretty decent amount of fire gems available, and let's do something with that. So, the Owl Quill forging, I think that is for the time being enough. We have one for each and everybody. I mean, surely, yeah, Lena could also equip one. Yeah, you Zaire, you're not done here. You just keep forging, my man. We have a pretty decent income of air gems, so I keep going. You see, we're easily capable of forging one per month and just keep even earning gemstone, but that's not what I came for. So I want to see here. So we're definitely going to summon ourselves one of these bad boys, and I want to forge us another fire in a jar twice. So that'll cut back on my research income for a turn, but it is going to be worth it, as this is a real big power up for our mages. So let's see. There is a battle in the Feral Woods, and we witnessed Tenera being conquered by Abysia. So Abysia is threatening to take the listless lands from us. So I'd say, yeah, we should expedite the attack, but Rabia's forces are just not there yet. It's just not happening. Alright. Let's send our spy over to Windsong Forest. Let's see. We didn't find anything anywhere. We did conquer the Feral Woods. Quite some expenses, though. But yeah, that's just the cluster. They almost have no front line left anymore, and they bleed harder and harder the more we poke that. So we probably shouldn't be attacking with that troop stack here anything anymore until they have stocked up their troops. So let's send them researching. And let's check out our friend Robbie. So that's our average Jin. They're pretty kick-ass. And we can totally gear them out with stuff like that. Alrighty. So these bottles, these bottled flames, they are something that we cannot have too much of. So yeah. Over here, we finally have our commander points together to start spamming. I mean, technically, we could also start recruiting John Emir in dozens, but personally prefer to do it that way. So here in the Dawnland, we also start recruiting. And we're going to attack this place. Meanwhile, amp up the defenses a wee bit. And let's see. Down here at Kenan, we're going to build ourselves a palisade because we obviously need. So our reinforcements are taking yet another turn to get into our area. Well, I can't change the fact that we're just currently not powerful enough to attack the listless lands. So we'll have to accept it. Yeah, 3 commanders are doing nothing. I'm well aware. So, my good friends, that is today's episode's end. We're going to continue the next turn, and I'm very, very happy to get there once we get there. So, everybody, thanks for watching. I really, really enjoyed. Next episode, well, it's going to be quite that next episode we're going to go into conflict because things are now just bubbling up, you know. There's now contest among all these thrones. We have a fair shot of getting the throne in the listless lands, but as you see here, Abesia's reach is already pretty far. And yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I expect to get stomped in all honesty, but we'll see. So, comments down below, thumbs up if you enjoyed, consider subscribing, and in the description box you find plenty of links to go around. Among these, my Discord channel, my Twitch, where I stream each Sunday evening in the Middle European time zone, and of course, Patreon, PayPal, and Buy Me a Coffee. I'd be more than delighted if you'd give those a go, and thanks for everybody supporting this channel. I deeply appreciate, and I also want to say thanks to you watching this video up until the very end. It means a terrible lot to me, and see you all next time. Bye-bye.